Pounders, we are back doing what we do best, and that is put in $25 into Best Ball Mania 4. A couple of things that we have to cover here. Excited, trying to figure out how to create a Discord, and that's where all the stuff up here that comes into my head, risers, fallers, all that stuff, I'm going to be throwing it into our Discord. Going to be doing multiple giveaways. One's going to be at 500 subscribers. We're giving away a Best Ball Mania 4, 50% of our stake once we hit. And that's going to be, we'll figure out. It's going to be a Discord giveaway though. So working on that. I'm working on getting that out. Yeah, I'm excited to get into another one. This is going to be number 14. I've been doing late night drafts, and I saw Ben in one last night. So the Pounders are still getting that plus EV overnight drafts, and they're still casuals. I think there was 8 people without a badge in that draft. And man, you get these guys that they have no idea what they're doing. They're probably like fancy golf guys. And they come in, they see $15 million prize pool. All right, I'll try it. And they're drafting like Zach Ertz 100 spots before ADP. And then it's like he's drafting right before me, right? This happened. I have Danny Dimes, and I just want like Hyatt. And all of a sudden, he decides to go by ADP and pick the next best available wide receiver. It's just funny how that shit happens. Paul, welcome to the live stream. Artie, what's up, my man? ER7, Peanut Butter and Waivers, the typical crew. Appreciate you guys coming out. Let's cover basic strategy right now. I still believe there is an edge before the NFL schedule comes out, but we have a little juice. We know it's set for May, but here we actually have a day. The NFL is targeting Thursday, May 11th. Keep an eye out on Thursday, May 11th. We will be doing a lot of drafts on this day. This is, again, going to be the biggest edge. The biggest edge was when the tournament opened, and now this is going to be the next significant edge before all the ADPs change based on Week 17 schedules. And we're also going to be taking in consideration, and you have to, Week 15, Week 16, and then stress Week 17 with the ultimate importance there. That's where the big prize pool is. Hey, Paulie, pass the gabagoo. Best Bell Nation. What's up, my man? Welcome to the live stream. I've seen Juju and Jacoby picked at 212 and 301. I saw Tom Brady go with the 101 like it was 2011, and he had Randy Moss. And it was a super flex. Hart, what's up, my man? Welcome to the live stream. Jason, welcome. Yeah, so we're going to be doing multiple giveaways, one at 500, and then we're going to be doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers if we can reach it before the NFL season starts. So we're going to be doing a giveaway for 50% of our stake in a big dog. That's a $250 tournament, and usually it's like $20K for first, but there's only like 400, 500 people in that one. And we did advance last year in the one that we did. So very exciting stuff. I'm trying to make it interesting for the folks. If you guys don't already know, another thing for the subscribers, we are giving away 5 Roger Goodell towels for the highest finishers in the pound. This is more of a fun competition. Yeah, if someone wants to win all 5, that's great. Save me money on shipping. I forgot who told me. I know Ben said he's going to win 3 for the big board. So if you guys are subscribed, you get that as well. Very, very exciting stuff. Fun stuff. You got to keep it fun. You need to have some friendly competitions. All right. Now let's pull this up. We are waiting on 5 people. Dude, it happened. Don't make me find it. I'll find it. It happened. It's gross. It's gross. But I do still think there's an edge on shifting ADP still. We got the 212, 112. Gross. All right. The opposite of the influencer 101. Casey Connections out here. Crash Rich also out here. Best Ball Beast. Not a lot of familiar names. Let me know if you guys got into this draft. Hang 50. Got a couple people without badges here. 6, 7, 8. But Casey Connection doesn't really count because he's been grinding all off season. Pretty sure he is a pounder. Never comments though. Always watching. That's fine. Let's see. RB. Oh man, this is still not settled yet. This group right in here where people are just sort of missing on. Glad to see Joe Mixon moving up with Rashad White. This is correct. This is a little sharper now. Javonte Williams moves ahead of this crew. It'll be interesting to go back on my tweet and see how these have changed. You got Jamal Williams falling a lot, Tyler Algier falling a lot. So the ADPs are getting sharper. They were so chalky. They were really bad. And this was like the gold mine. Like AJ Dillon still going a little later than probably he should. I think he should be going at least ahead of Khalil Herbert here. At least ahead of Zach Charbonnet as well. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. 212. This will be fun. This will be fun. We get to see how we roster construct from the 112. See who you guys leave me. Who do you leave me with? What? Hey, what's up, my man? Welcome to the live stream. RK here. Badgeless and dangerous at the 101. He's a boy here. Yeah. Sick, man. Let's go. See, Dylan goes, just entered draft and realized I'm in a dog pound draft. I think he meant. He's in the 3 spot. CD from 978. Fellow pounder. Another dangerous, badgeless person. Can't always trust that. Really can't. Because these are the people that have been in tuned all off season with these ADPs. And I would take that person over someone with a badge that is just coming back for this tournament. Or maybe they don't even do football content. Wanted Eckler here. Not going to get him. AJ Brown goes. So, fine with going Taylor. I like Lamb. Right now, I'm CeeDee Lamb over Garrett Wilson. So we're just going to go these two. Reason being is they didn't really touch a receiver in the draft. People thought they were going to. You had Buffalo trade in front of them in the first round and sniped Kincaid from them. So they didn't really touch on tight end as well. Besides, we got Schoonmaker. Someone let me know what round. It was very deep, but that's not going to affect CeeDee Lamb. If anything, that might hurt Ferguson later, deep into the season around the fantasy football playoffs, where he might be able to carve out a role. That would be the worry for me with drafting Ferguson, because if that happens, it would be later into the season. Badgers are overrated. Didn't we see a badge draft Dolchich in the 4th or 5th round? We've seen it all, my friend. We've seen it all. And now that Underdog has so many other sports, it's tough to know what people are actually drafting on. Like, are they mainly football? Do they do golf? Do they do hockey? So that's, dude, this is crazy too. Best Bell, I feel so bad for you, my man, because I know you want to get in these drafts. And I wish we could get you on here. But maybe we'll get you on the show anyways. All right, let's show the board here. See if anything crazy. You got the Kelsey, Mahomes, Stackaroo, Bijan goes at 8, Diggs at 9. You had Devontae Adams go at 6. So that's definitely interesting. That's a stance right there. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts. I'm cool with it. RB start. Not going to be my favorite, but if you can balance it correctly, sure. I just think right now is actually the best time to go 0 RB because of the advantage, or hero RB as well. I really like this range of running backs right here. Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson. Those, in my opinion, are the best values, and that's why I'm not picking CMC until 3. You could even push him back till 4. Like, you could tickle me that way as well. Paulie says he's heavy in the basketball streets right now. Probably watching a lot of Badge Bros then. Isn't Michigan like famous for being a gambling state? So how do we smash on these risers? It's going to be hitting projections before they come out, right? What are some projections we can make for these teams right now? Like, one player that comes to my mind is DeAndre Hopkins. I think he just goes way too late at 43 here. I at least have him ahead of Cooper, especially after did they bring in Cedric Tillman? They brought in Cedric Tillman, who's sort of an X-type receiver. So at least put him ahead of Cooper in my mind. There's potential trades that could go down that would make him a riser. So I think he's interesting early into these. Lamar Jackson. I mean, we were screaming his name for the big ball or the big board tournament, saying if he got a receiver in the draft or in free agency, they did both. He would be a riser. And here he goes at pick 30. Damn. See Stevenson go here at 28. That's where his ADP is only going to go down here. Like Tony Pollard, mid-summer, might be in this 22 range. Stevenson to follow. Walker still has to fall more. He hasn't fallen enough. Let's see what we get. We're not going Burrow here. Debo goes. I'm fine with that. Let's try something. Let's go back-to-back Jags. Let's go Jags. 10-minute welcome to the live stream. It says, I'm getting my Anthony Richardson exposure. He's going to be a 6th, 7th round July. 100%. 100% agree. Man, that week when we were again Lamar, like 2-3 past ADP in the big board. Yes. When teams were saying they were out on Lamar Jackson, he was falling to 65, 66, 68. We were live. We were just scooping it. And we said, what do you do when Lamar falls? You take him. You take him. Just too high of an upside guy. Now, all of a sudden, he's going 30-something picks earlier. You have to love that. You have to love that. So we were able to smash on a lot of risers here. Burrow, same thing. Like, he should probably... It's tough, right? Because you want one of his 2 receivers, and where Dylan has both of the receivers, I find it hard to draft him. I don't think it's a great play to draft him. So this is smart. If you want Burrow to come back to you and you're in a sharp enough room, hoping it makes it back, he's 1 pick away. Congratulations. He completed it. Let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. I feel the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Like, if you don't have one of his top 2 pass catchers, it's kind of, I don't want to back end stack Ingram and Zay Jones. I think that's kind of gross. I think it's super thin, super thin, especially with the addition of Calvin Ridley. Like, Zay Jones He finally goes in a fair range. 132. Who's another faller in that range? KJ Osborne has to fall more. Hyatt, I'd probably have in front of most of this crew here. He's going to have a lot of zero games, but he's going to be that deep shot guy. That's what you're looking for in best ball. Redraft? Probably not. See Mingo moving up. Even Gallup's moving up. Yeah, so the value's getting less and less. Get off the pick'ems, Paulie. Paulie pick'ems. Stop. They're not good. Now they can be fun, but they're not good. Jerick McKinnon's last run in the Super Bowl when he went for like 8 yards, he went over on my 5-pick parlay for like $800. That was pain. It's like, dude, go down, go down, go down. He went down like 3 yards over. It's funny because Philly should have known they were running too. All right, these RBs love Aaron Jones. I think Miles Sanders goes a little early. Dalvin Cook's fine because he's going to be a riser once you get the news that he's back in Minnesota. Dobbins, I'm fine with it. And we should get Trevor Lawrence here. Okay, so he does come back to us. We planned that pretty damn well. And don't outthink ourselves. I don't think we have to piss yellow here. Even though I like this RB range, we have to piss yellow a little bit. I like Waller. I liked Waller a lot in the big board too when he was going around 90. He does have it in the realm of possibilities to finish in the top 3 tight ends. Slant king on the Giants, filled with a bunch of little men. Not a skilled group. I think he will shine there as long as he can stay healthy. But that's a pretty good bet to make at ADP 70 still. I'm on board at that ADP. Hawkinson, I'm surprised he hasn't taken a small hit with the addition of Quentin Johnson there. Is it Quentin Johnson? No, Quentin Johnson went to the Chargers. They brought in Jordan Addison, who I think will actually hurt KJ Osborne. End of the season, KJ Osborne won't be out there in the 2 wide receiver sets. Ayuk every single time. I miss old Waller Price. Same. And you could stack him super easy with Danny Dimes, who is a little more rich in this contest. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And the reason why these QBs are more expensive now, and the reason why I'm accepting to drafting a Trevor Lawrence at this ADP where I wasn't on the big board, is strictly 20 rounds versus 18 rounds. You can stop at 2 QBs when you draft Trevor Lawrence now in these 18-round drafts. In the 20-round drafts, you were just at such a disadvantage because teams could draft 3 late QBs, and make up those points while drafting, a wide receiver in this range. So Trevor Lawrence is fine at this ADP. All these QBs are. The thing that will hurt the most is if Lamar Jackson smashes, right? And he was going pick 50s early into this tournament where we were able to get a few lineups with Lamar. Not enough because people are still reaching a little bit smartly. If he smashes, or if Justin Herbert smash, right, which they can, the price of Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, and Josh Allen, it's not going to be as pretty, right? The advantage is less because now you're getting a skill position player where these guys are drafting QBs, And I think this is really close to where their maximum value is. Whereas if you drafted Justin Herbert and he smashes for 4,800 yards and 39 touchdowns, his value goes up, right? And even if he doesn't have an absolute blow up year, he's probably worth the pick where he's going. I just don't think like Mahomes has to smash just to pay out this value. I don't think his value would ever go exceed where he's being drafted. So risers, fallers type deal. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, I could do so much here. I could go Dimes and Waller. I could go Dak with Lamb and Cooks. You bring in Ingram. Like, we are so well set up in this range. What do we want to do? Let's go Dakaruski here, and let's bring in Brandon Cooks. This is fun. We're having fun. This is a double correlated wide receiver QB squad. Even got a little correlation with Travis Etienne. God, can you please pass this guy the ball 5 times a game? That's all I'm asking. 5 catches. It shouldn't be hard. Love you, my man. He says, if you're not subscribed, do that now. Do it now. Waller goes to 86. What a value, though. It's beautiful. I got my underdog barking up top. That means a package is being delivered. See Quentin Johnson go, which I am drafting Jahan Dotson over Quentin Johnson every single day. Probably 3 times on Sundays. Lamar with Danny Dimes. I like that. Solid floor, but you also have rushing upside as well. Cam Akers as the first RB, completely fine. We'll see what he does with this team. I hate how it changes when they make a pick and the team you click on, they have to fix that. Seems like a simple fix. Like, I'll change off the team when I want to change off the team, right? So they have 2 QBs and 2 tight ends. So they might end up pretty thin at RB. We'll see what they do with it, though. ROK got Justin Herbert. He's got Keenan Allen, JJ, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson. Probably wanted Quentin Johnson in this range, too. So can't imagine he's thrilled. Fantasy Dysfunctional, welcome to the live stream. My man says it's not a pretty price to pay for the top 3 QBs now, but you can't have 0. I think you meant it is, but in the 18-round drafts where you can stop at 2, it's still worth it. But the problem is you can still stop at 2 with Joe Burrow. You can still stop at 2 QBs with Justin Herbert and with Trevor Lawrence. You could even stop at 2 now in these 18-round drafts with going Danny Dimes and Tua, or Dak and Deshaun Watson. You can kind of combine these middle round QBs, Kirk Cousins and, Deshaun Watson, if you want like a little rushing upside, and then you have Kirk Cousins as the floor, and he still has those spike weeks where he can spike into the top 5. Definitely Dennis. What's up, my man? Welcome to the live stream. It's been a minute. How many drafts have you guys done so far in Best Ball Mania? Drop them in the chat, or if you guys watching this after it's posted, let me know in the comments. How many have you done, and how many do you plan to do before the schedule comes out? And if you guys missed it, we did do a little deep dive research, and we found a potential date of May 11th for the schedule release. Yeah, perfect. No, I like this. Kirk Cousins and Richardson, you have your rushing upside, but you also have your floor with Kirk. Ryan, welcome to the live stream. This is draft 11 for me. 3rd of the day, least favorite build so far. Okay. Sometimes the value can be a little thin in the Pounders drafts. We're going to do so many drafts this offseason, though. This is just a start. Here's the landmine zone. Here's the landmine zone. I think this has to be a 3 tight end build. Penny. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Njoku. Goes to the Deshaun team. Seth, what's up, my man? Welcome to the live stream. I've done 2 from the 1 spot and the 12 spot. Nothing in between. Okay. Okay, he goes Robinson. I'm fine with that. I like Dylan here. And these wide receivers are gross. Elijah Moore's fine. Let me think about it. We're done at QB. I'm between these 2, really. Let's go Elijah Moore here. Let's go Elijah Moore. Damian Harris, I like him, but we already have JT and ETN. That's a strong base. Damian Harris, you're really hoping for like a 2 touchdown upside spike, and I think it's a little less likely with Josh Allen stealing some rushing touchdowns on the goal line. Then you also have James Cook as well. 10-minute, just seeing that, doing number 14 now, he says. Yeah, the ADPs are tight. So this is going to be definitely our last day of doing these BBMs until the schedule comes out. The advantage is not as good as it was day 1, where we were drafting extremely strong teams. When Chase Brown didn't have an ADP, Mingo was in the 200s. So, and that's what you have to do, though. I think you have to play those advantages. Like this will still end up a really well correlated team, and I'll be happy with it. Are we smashing on values right now and potential risers? I like AJ Dillon. Like I think he should be going sooner, 100%. We got ETN after ADP. That's sort of where I'm drafting him. JT at 12 is fine. Dak and Lawrence after ADP. I mean, I guess that helps. We did get a little bit of value here. Yeah, I'm stopping at 15, 10% of the drafts. I'm right there with you. I think that's the smartest strategy. And people that just follow the numbers, just follow the data, will tell you otherwise. But the people that came out with that data will say when you're shooting for the most upside, you probably should still do about 10% of your drafts in this range, just due to how big this tournament is. And you have to take chances to come in first. I have 677,000 person tournament, and there is an edge. Is it closing down? Yes. And it's 3% full. And I did say you want to draft in the first 2% and then wait for the schedule. So we are breaking our own rule today. But I had to see it for myself. Beautiful. Nice. Nice little pairing there. Nice little double stack of Rooski. Drafting like a pro. Got Javonte Williams and Alvin Kamara, but you have Chubb and Derrick Henry to get you through if Javonte Williams either starts slow or he misses a month. And Alvin Kamara, we'll see what the suspension looks like. But they did bring in Kendry Miller, which I think is a scare, not only for Kamara, but for Jamal as well. Super balanced build so far. Let's go. AJ Dillon fell to me at 120. Seth says he's going way too low, in my opinion. He's been going way too low. He was safe right after the Super Bowl when we were drafting. This wasn't a team that was going to draft an RB. And if they were, it wasn't going to be a high pick. So he's been safe. Way to identify. Way to identify. You came, you saw, you conquered. Let's go. What are you going to leave me with? Fungal. I wanted Schultz there. I was going to double tap Schultz and Komet. Let's see if that changes. It's going to be a 3 tight end build anyways. Let's bring in Cole Kmet here and let's think about it. I like Rashawn Johnson. The problem is I don't think Kendra Miller is going to make it back to me. And then my RB4 is going to be gross, which is okay. But there's value later at the tight end position that I'm fine with picking up. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Would you rather be drafting running backs late, or would you rather be drafting tight ends late? Perfect example. Irv Smith. Chase Brown isn't going here. Irv Smith or Kareem Hunt. Irv Smith or Lenny. Ferguson or Lenny. It's really like Michael Carter. They bring in Israel Abanikanda. You got Breece Hall. It's busy. Donovan Knight still. Chuba Hubbard's one of my favorites in this range. Cordell Patterson, basically like RIP to those shares. I think Zach Evans is interesting in the Rams. But still, Conklin, Jelani Woods, even Hunter Henry, Musgrave in Green Bay, he's going to be out there. So I'd much rather be drafting tight ends late than running backs. Chiggy's going to kill it this year. We'll see. Ryan Tannehill likes throwing to his QBs. Thing is it going to be Will Levis? And that I think it will be for the fantasy football playoffs in Tennessee. And I'd rather draft wide receivers late as well. Like, this is our bread and butter in here. I think we have some real good options late at wide receiver. But this has to be a 3 tight end build. So let's count it out. 2 QBs, 6 RBs is 8. 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. So it's either going to be 6 and 7 or 5 and 8. We'll see how the team looks. It's going to all depend how much we spend at the position over the next couple rounds. And who falls. It's a constant balance. Constant balance. But we have a good amount allocated at wide receiver here. So I think we can stop at 7. Yeah, we can definitely stop at 7 and go 6 RBs. See how that looks. Let's see if we get our guys. The Bears. Yeah, tight ends late. RBs are disgusting. I feel the same way. Not bad for a 12-spot team. I mean, double correlated QBs. I'm happy with it. I'll definitely be happy with this team. It's all you can ask for. Tan Solo grabbing 3 QBs in 4 picks. Love, Lance, and Geno. Love, Lance. Okay. So you got the Geno, you got the Love, and you got the Lance. Correlation. Lance is going to be, he's going to be the hot topic all summer long. Like, honestly, if you were betting on him before on the big board, why would you stop now when he goes 60 picks later? I was never super high on Lance, but in this range, I'm going to have 10% Lance. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to have 10% Lance. On the big board, when he was going around 80, 90, I didn't like it. I did not like that at all. Nico Collins, sneaky draft winner. Kendry Miller goes at 144. When's our next pick? It's at 180. Welcome to the team. And Michael Gallup, does that make us over-correlated? I don't think so. I'm fine with it. Bring in another Dallas Cowboy. Maybe you need Michael Gallup week 15 to push through CeeDee Lamb into week 16. That's what you need. Jay Fresh, welcome to the live stream. Pat, have you ever given someone street directions using multiple dunks as a reference point? Yeah, right across the corner, that dunks. The second one on Park Ave. No. Love Gallup, another year removed from ACL, right? I'm with you. Another one, Rashid Shaheed, like Derek Carr, obviously not a sexy quarterback, but he chucked the ball up. He was top 5 in air yards. So he lets it loose. I was surprised by that. Might have been top 6 or 7, but he was in the top. Super surprised by that. Maybe Devontae Adams had something to do with it, but when he was in Vegas. Wabi liked that impression. I gotta get this Discord going, man. Gotta get this Discord going. I want an area for everyone to dump all their rosters and we can just all grade them. I think that'd be super fun. I always want to put my rosters up because we're always creating monsters. But besides that, I think it's fun to have it documented somewhere and then having people give you like a C- and then you win BBM4. Because only the ugly rosters make it through. This team's far too pretty to make it through. All right, so we bring in Chase Brown. We got 2 rookies, but we got a good amount of carries here. I like it. I like it so far. Wan'Dale Robinson in this range. I really don't mind it. You expect him to start. You're hoping him to miss only 4 or 5 games. So I still don't mind his ADP at 165, and he's a common faller too. Like I wouldn't draft him here at 165. He's going to fall. But it gets thin at wide receiver, right? Like I'm fine with Tim Patrick. We like McCole Hardman at 189. Tyquan Thornton. Reed, if you want correlation with Love. I'm not drafting Reed naked usually. Van Jeffy goes way too late. It's a fact. Cedric Tillman. The hope for drafting Cedric Tillman here would be to take over DPJ's job come fantasy football playoffs. And if you get, we're going to get news, right? In the offseason, OTAs, etc., that are going to bump people up and move people down. And the best thing you can do when that happens, when you get the news right away, whether it be, an injury to Brandon Cooks, right? You're probably going to bump Michael Gallup a little bit. He's going to be a riser. You jump on that news right away. You jump into a draft and you try to select him, but you don't try to select him so early that you ruin all the value of where he's potentially going to rise to. Um, you want to try to create value on that. So it takes a little bit of projecting where you think they will go based off that news. And we'll be putting that stuff in the Discord as well. Don't forget to draft McCole Hardman, he says. Sick, man. We need to draft tight ends. Yeah, I didn't think Hill was going to fall to us. 26 picks after ADP. That would have been too good to be true. We did get him like 30 something picks after ADP the other night. Might have even been in the 40s with our Kelsey team. That was interesting. The whole pod must have just been off him. It's kind of gross. I don't mind Sam Laporta here. I don't mind Trey McBride as well. We're going to bring in Sam Laporta. And we're going to bring in... Let's go Tyquan Thornton. Let's see. There we go. Hey, tabs open. So we did do a little correlation here, right? Chicago, Detroit, same division. Always interesting to do right now where maybe they end up playing each other week 17. Hardman off the board. McCole goes, Jaden goes. And I like Sam Laporta, right? This is a offensive type, yards after the catch tight end. They selected Sam Laporta. They could have taken Michael Mayer, who is the on the board all around better tight end. They went for the offensive guy and they picked him before Mayer. That's kind of telling, in my opinion, that they have a plan for him. Do we expect him to start slow? Sure. Like most rookie tight ends do. The competition in Detroit is slim, though. So I do like Sam Laporta here at 180 over Hayden Hurst, over Mike Gesicki, over Jake Ferguson, in my opinion. Trey McBride, I like. I think he has some pretty good upside for week 15, 16, 17 with Kyler back. And then if they do get rid of Hopkins, I mean, it goes even higher. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Trey McBride was a top 3 tight end week 17. Someone might need to stat check me on that. Stat check me. If you guys haven't already done it, drop a like on the video if you're getting any value from this. Subscribe to the Pound, and we'll get you in some of these live drafts this off season. Also comes with our free draft guide, which will be complete in the next couple days. I want it to be done around 5% because I want the ADPs to stop shifting. So then it'll last longer for you guys. It'll just be better. And that's going to be value value-based system. You guys got the first one. You know how it works. Absolutely free 11 pages of player write-ups, and we rank every single player with an ADP, and we give some honorable mentions for the players that don't have an ADP yet. Like Israel Abanikanda was on our first one, but damn, that landing spot is not great. But maybe they bring in Israel Abanikanda because Breece Hall's health is not all the way there. Maybe. I don't know. He's not a bad flyer pick, let's put it that way. 208. They clearly don't love Michael Carter because he was splitting with Donovan Knight. So I think that's interesting. How much does the schedule release impact ADP? Oh, so this is going to be the most stressed thing this offseason. And it's going to get to a point where the ADPs are going to become so ridiculous because of the week 17 matchup that you're just going to be better off taking the bet that that game just misses, that it just ends up a low scoring game. That is a way to leverage the field. This is a common tactic we use in DFS. When you say, "Oh, this is the chalky guy that is supposed to score a ton of points, but everyone's gonna have them. Let me fade him and go to the 3rd best guy who has the same upside." So, we'll be doing some sneaky stuff this offseason. I think it's far more important to put as many teams into the finals as possible rather than having one team with the stacks on the best game, because guess what? Everyone's gonna be doing that. You're not gonna be the only team. Where are we at? We're on a rant. We are on a rant. It's a good question, though. And we're going to be talking a lot more about that. This is the range where you don't want to be drafting running backs. I typically don't like having 3 rookie running backs on my teams, but this is going to be that moment. Do we go Fergie here? He falls 15 picks. I just think Schoonmaker can make an impact on this team. I don't mind Jelani Woods. We got a little Indy correlation as well. I'm going to go Jelani Woods. I think that would be a little overkill. We already have 3 players on Dallas. And running backs, I mean, I like Deuce. I think I'm over-correlated in Dallas right now. I think I've really taken the max. Let's go Eric Ray. Not being selected a lot in these drafts, but enough to have an ADP. He just doesn't go every single draft. And he'll be playing behind Saquon Barkley, someone who could have extreme upside. Pass catching guy as well. Let me know how he did. 12-spot drafts never look pretty, but we got 2 correlated QBs. It's a 2-6-7-3 build. Lamb, Ridley, Ayuk, Brandon Cooks, Elijah Moore, Michael Gallup, Tyquan Thornton, Cole Kmet, Sam Laporta, Jelani Woods, Trevor Lawrence, Dak. It's all right. Do you believe the Joe Mixon hype? I'm still out on him. It's not get your 8% where he's going, because if he ends up staying with Cincinnati, we talked about it yesterday, and he's pretty much going to rise. Maybe you put him right here, right in between Dalvin Cook and Dameon Pierce. But he's going to rise quite a bit. I think these guys went after ADP as well. Rashad White went before ADP. Dalvin Cook fell. 59. He went at 69. All right. I already know the ADPs. This is bad. Do you do 3 QBs and 3 tight ends? Yes. Now, my favorite drafts, if I don't get an elite QB, or if I'm not doing a 2 QB build, I want it to be a 2 tight end build, and vice versa. If it's not a 2 tight end build, I just don't like doing 3 and 3. But it also depends on balance. So I'll give you an example of one of our teams that is going to be kind of an ugly roster construction, right? From the standpoint, just viewing it. But the balance on the team is so incredible. So it's a Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ritter, Chubb. So hero running back build. P. Ryan, Gibson, Jeff Wilson, Jalen Warren, Chase Brown, Chase, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Drake London, Tyler Lockett, Deontay Johnson, 17 picks after ADP. Tyler Lockett about 8 picks after ADP. So like wide receivers were set with 6. Njoku, McBride, and Henry. So I thought this was an interesting one to show just because it can be balanced out. These roster constructions, 3-6-6-3, probably had a negative advance rate. But how many people are balancing them this well? I'm not saying it's you guys that can't, but the average Joe that are drafting 3-6-6-3s, they're probably pretty ugly. I think this one's pretty well balanced. Guys, if you have anything else, drop it in the comments after the video goes live. Again, look out for our Discord, which we're going to be creating real soon, and that's going to be fun. That's going to be an actual fiery thing to do this summer. Is just put a lot of content in there, and you guys can draft together. We'll get a lot of stuff going like that. Put all our big brain tips in there as well. Risers, fallers. We'll get some polls going, etc. If you haven't already, drop a like on the way out, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Pounders.